everyone, Cepheus here, who you have no idea who is, but the people I am casting you know who is, and first of all, it's going to be on the top right corner of Fighting Spirit, Artosis, and yes, the Artosis, and he's going to be playing versus Barcode, and there's another Barcode who's chatting right now, but this Barcode right here is none other than Tasteless. Yes, this is Tasteless versus Artosis in Starbow, ladies and gentlemen. And it's gonna be my pleasure, and it's gonna be a little bit of how am I gonna say this? It's gonna be a pleasure, but I feel a little bit inadequate to cast these two players, as they're a lot better casters and players than I am. Maybe better casters than anything. Not saying they're bad players, but like, man, they're casting GSL in Korea. They're good casters. So, but this is going to be awesome to see. They're going to play versus each other, huh? And they've been playing a lot of Starbow lately on their Azuba streams, so you should check that out if you haven't seen it. You probably have. What you probably have seen is their Azuba stream and not my YouTube channel or Twitch channel or wherever you see this. I'm going to have some observer chat in here because this game was sent to me by someone who was observing this game and not by Artosis nor Tasteless themselves. So, just try to ignore that as much as possible. I will try to do the same. We're gonna have Protoss versus Terran. It's very normal for Terrans, especially Artosis, to go for mech play versus Protoss, and he's probably gonna turtle a lot too. It's really cool to watch these two play versus each other, but Artosis has a play style that doesn't necessarily make for the most exciting games because he likes to turtle a lot on mech. So, but fortunately though, Tasteless like to break that turtle style a lot. With the Protoss with Beaver drops and stuff, so maybe we can see some cool shenanigans out of Tasteless. I've probably seen this game before because I watched his streams quite a bit, but I just got sent a ton of games, and I just had some time to cast it. Just cast it. This is a completely random game. I don't even know if I've seen this game before, so I have no idea if this is going to be a good game or not. If it's like a horribly bad game, then I'll probably not even upload it or anything. We're gonna have a very annoying pro. Like, I'm just gonna zap everyone. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Look at that, all the gas workers are down on health. And hey, listen to my voice cracking up already. I might need to leave and just fill up some water, but we'll see. How is this an old patch? I'm not sure if this is a newest patch or not. It's kind of hard to tell because there hasn't been so many changes with Terran and Protoss. It's been mostly Zerg changes. Well, there's been some Terran changes with ghosts and stuff, but we're probably not going to see that because Artosis, like I said, playing with mech, and Artosis likes to go for the one factory expand, which is a very safe and solid way of playing versus Protoss. There's a couple of things you got to be careful about though, and that's like some sorts of well, you got to be careful about some Sentinel openings, but he's not going to do that. But he's opening on a really early Robo, so you might want to be careful about early Dragoon plus Zealot plus War Prism. Breaks, trying to break the front with dropping some zealots on top of siege tanks and whatnot. And we're gonna have a quick tech lab, we're gonna have a siege tank, and then we're gonna have an expansion. But he's playing really safe. Artosis is now. He could maybe start the expansion before the siege tank, but he's not gonna do that. He's gonna get the tank. He's even gonna get he's getting spider mines. Okay, this is not a one factory expand. Well, eventually, but this is gonna be a push first. Because he's going to make like 2 or 3 siege tanks, maybe 2, I think. And then he's going to start rallying in vultures. Because Marines and siege tanks move kind of slowly, but they have good DPS. And then he adds vultures with mines to the push later on because they reinforce so quickly. And it's a very interesting little push that can throw off fast expanding Protoss quite well. But this Protoss is not being thrown off too easily because he's actually going to go for some very fast observers, which is going to be very helpful, although it's going to hurt his unit count. But he keeps chrono boosting that gateway, and the Nexus though. But keep chrono boosting the gateway should keep him in the game. Ooh, he's going to get scouted. No, he's going to kill that. It's kind of hilarious how many shots a Dragoon needs to kill a worker. So yeah, 2 siege tanks and then the vultures, and he should go now. Yep, and he's going to move out now. So he should rally these vultures down here. He's not doing that though, but hopefully, yeah, there we go. Okay, he's following the siege tank. That's smart. So, but we got a couple of Dragoons here. Let's see how long Tasteless can hold. Like, this is what you got to do. You got to kite with these Dragoons for as long as possible. It's easier when the singularity charge is done, to make sure that push isn't going to come too soon. But this push isn't going to be super strong because Artosis super strong push because Artosis is not going to have siege mode, but it now does have mines, so he can plan out some spider mines to try and surround and be annoying. And Tasteless is going all the way back into his base. He's gonna get himself contained really easily. He could have tried to stay out a little bit more, kite a little bit longer, but he wants to get Singularity Charge out safely. He wants to get that Observer out, and he has some nice, could have some nice positioning out. Okay, there's a lot of Dragoons now, so he might be able to hold this. Artosis is committing up the ramp though. He's going to go up with these units. No, he's a little bit uncertain. He saw the number of Dragoons and said, I'm just going to turn around. Oh, he's going to try and lure the Dragoons into the Spider Mines, but he didn't know his opponent already had an Observer. So yeah, that's not going to work. So Artosis, I think, should just head back now. This push just didn't really work. If Artosis had, I mean, Tasteless had been greedy and gone for like a super early Nexus, not gone for Observers, this push may have denied the natural. I think that's the purpose of it. I think it's to deny your opponent's natural, to keep him honest in that regard. Because you are going to get your own natural delayed quite a bit. Okay, there we go. But he didn't really have to, because Artosis hadn't gone for that route at all. Nice little scan there. Is going to see pretty much everything. Did he get the LiDAR transmitter? No, he's not, hasn't got that yet. So he actually had to spend energy on that scan. So LiDAR transmitter is an upgrade from the engineering bay, allowing scan to be like charges with cooldown instead of energy, because there's so many other energy-based abilities from the command center. Also, it makes scan a little bit more like it was in Brood War, where the only thing you had for a comsat station was energy for the scan. So it kind of separates scan from the rest of the abilities. Anyhow, more factories gonna come. This orbital really should land. He has siege mode. Yes, he can easily like put a siege tank here, maybe one over here, and defend this quite nicely. I don't think he needs to be super careful. Maybe I'm wrong. 3 more factories incoming though, so he's really ready for a heavy 2-base play here. But I don't know why he's not moving down the orbital. He definitely has enough. He really should transfer some SCVs. There's the imminent threat of the Dragoons, of course. Oh, and this is interesting. Okay, so no, that's not the same. But yeah, this is very interesting. So Tasteless held that push. He started off with 1 base. He's got his opponent contained. He's like, you know what? You're gonna expand. You can't move anywhere. I'm gonna double expand. I'm gonna beat you in the eco game. And this is very interesting. If he can hold these 2 bases, then he could be very fine. Yeah, and if Spider Mines were as good as Widow Mines, Vultures would have been so even more OP than they already are. Artosis is very, very carefully moving out. I feel this like put 1 siege tank here, 1 here, and just land this command center already. Okay, there we go. This is so late though. Oh, getting that observer almost. That's nice. What? Oh, what? He's getting. Ooh, he's already getting attack upgrade. I don't think I've seen this game. This game is awesome. Okay, this game is awesome. This game just became awesome. He's getting air attack on the cybernetic score. He's gonna go for carriers, I think, or maybe scouts. Something. He's preparing for some late game transition. Okay, he's got a Stargating coming. This is gonna be cool. This is gonna be good. And I really need some water. Hang on, just a second. Oh, dang it! I thought my wife was close by and she could give me some water, but she's not. I don't know where she is. Probably ran off with some guy. Anyway. Cleaning bot doing his job. So Artosis is gonna very slowly and methodically turtle, and in the meantime, Tasteless might be countering this with some airplay, but it's really weird. Like, this is kind of mind-boggling. Why he's going for the +1 already. He's not chrono boosting or anything. It's just like, once if I eventually get an air transition, it's gonna be a little bit stronger. So Artosis is gonna sense that something is going on here. Kind of, yeah. He saw the Dragoons here, so should give him a pinpoint that there's at least an expansion about to go up or something like that. And he might try and do something about it. They're all very interested in this single Marine right here. Man, I would feel so threatening if I was that Marine, even if those were my teammates. Like, why are you all pointing your guns at me? I didn't do anything wrong. So, Tasteless sees this push, the War Prism sees the push, War Prism needs to be careful, and he doesn't really have that much of an army now. I think Artosis is hitting a nice timing here where Tasteless really hasn't gotten these 2 bases kicked in yet. He hasn't been able to ramp up the production they wanted to, and that's so many mines and so many vultures and so many siege tanks, and just, man, it's gonna be hard. Ooh, just kill that mine the last possible second. This is gonna be a very difficult push for Tasteless to hold. Oh yeah, he's killing his own mines. He doesn't want to have any mine drags into siege tanks. Okay, this is gonna be hard to cast because I'm getting a little bit hoarse. But here we go. Artosis got a really nice position on Tasteless now. And he might be able to break the natural here. Okay, so we're gonna have the Zealots being warped in, but Artosis carefully placing the spider mines far away from the siege tank, so he cannot mine drag. He really wanted to drag a couple of spider mines into the siege tank with that one Zealot. He didn't commit and unload all of them, like he would if he was gonna attack. He just wanted to start chipping off siege tanks. And here we go. Now he's gonna commit and he's gonna attack from all sides. He's gonna drop off the siege tanks. I mean the Zealots. Man, I can't talk. And he loses the Warp Prism, but he might just break this. But here comes the spider mines. So if he moves a little bit closer now, the mines are gonna start to pop off and just pop this Dragoon so fast. And you know what? Tasteless is not gonna break this. And Artosis is gonna hold his push. He's called down some SCVs. He can start repairing these siege tanks. Very nice from Artosis. And he's got one siege tank in range of this Nexus. He wants to get a couple more in there. He wants to kill a Nexus before this push is pushed back. In the meantime, no, okay, only an observer. I thought it was a dropship or something. Again, Tasteless is going to try and break this. Oh, very nice mine drag there. Artosis didn't kill those spider mines. And Tasteless actually is going to be able to clean this up before the Nexus goes down. Way before, too. So that's very nice for Tasteless. And now comes to reinforcing Vultures just a little bit too late. He's going to try and drag Zealots into spider mines. He can kite Zealots all day long. Oh, reposition those spider mines. I love how they burrow where they like didn't go and not go back again. It's just such a cute mechanic. But in the meantime, Vultures of Artosis is going to get in there and get some nice worker kills. Very nice pull though from Tasteless, kind of sensing it would happen before it happened. All that very nice mine drag from the Dragoons. They're trying to hug the Vultures to have the mines go back and backfire on Artosis' Vultures. Didn't exactly do it. He needs to get an observer here or just send a Zealot to clean up spider mines. That also works. There we go. Got 3 mines with that Zealot and it still survived actually. So now he can actually move in with these Dragoons, but he's a little bit preoccupied with other stuff, I suppose. We do have Arbiter Tribunal on the way. We have Arbiters, we have Stasis. This will be very important for the later stages of the game. But we have had some workers killed. Okay, not that many really. In the meantime, Artosis did not take a 3rd base. Okay, there he is. He made the command center, but he hasn't moved it over yet. This would have been a perfect opportunity for him to like land over here or something, because Tasteless just been so locked into his own base, he hasn't been able to push out at all lately. Once the Arbiter is out, though, that's going to queue up. He's got to be so careful. Oh. Okay, yeah, these Dragoons shoot too fast. We're going to change that. Like, he can be so careless and still not lose any Dragoons there, which is kind of retarded. But that's about to be changed. So, a little bit of a dull now. You know what? I'm going to dare to get some water. Hopefully nothing important happens in the meantime. Yay, the Dragoon I said it would follow actually moved. Okay, that's helpful. Okay, so Tasteless is going to clear out these mines. I don't think anything important happened while I was gone. Artosis in the meantime is going to start pushing down this way. Okay, there we go. I can move my screen now. That's nice. And Tasteless wants to deny this. Can he get it? It's going to be so hard. Okay, so the scan is up. You can see the units. Only Dragoons, no Zealots to support really. But there's only a couple of siege tanks here though. And here comes the Zealots in the Warp Prism. And yes, Tasteless will be able to push this back and force this orbital not to become a base for a while. Arbiters, they have enough energy for. He has enough energy. I can't talk for stasis now, so that's nice. Observer's is gonna die. Does he have the face shield upgrade? He does not. Okay. The observer has an upgrade so that when you activate it, you have to actually target it to kill it. It's very nice. Man, okay, so Artosis has seen. So this is what you do, man. When you see an Arbiter that can recall or potentially recall, this is how you counter that. He should have some spider mines over here too. So when you recall on top of these area, when you recall into his base, man, I can't talk. Then the spider mines will just pop the units. Good old Brood War strats. So Tasteless is actually going to try and clear up some mines here. No, I'm just going to back off very wisely. This is not a position you want to attack, and you need to stop sacrificing observers, dude. Wow, that somehow survived. That's incredible. So in the meantime, though, Tasteless has been able to get this base up. It's so fun to say Tasteless fast. Tasteless! Tasteless has been getting this base up. And you really should get some cannons to make sure those vultures can't just kill everything. And Artosis is just giving up on this base and taking this base instead, which I think is very wise. Got some nice mines here with some siege tank coverage. Should probably get some supply depots over here as well. In the meantime, though, Tasteless is trying to clear out the middle, maintaining map control, and these SCVs might be caught off guard. Yes, he's gonna turn around and just chill. Just chill, SCVs. Well, this might just do it. Sure, the Spider-Mans are going to kill up, but there's only 2 siege tanks, and they were kind of not placed in the middle there. Yeah, that's unfortunate. A small group of zealots can just do this. Well, we got vultures in the mid. Oh, that stasis is huge! Okay, a lot of stuff happening. So, vultures killing zealots. Tasteless trying to kill Artosis. Oh, very nice Spider-Man there from Artosis. And he's going to try and make sure he can kill these siege tanks as soon as the stasis wear off. But he unloads the zealots on top of Spider-Mines. He wants to... Is he going to pick him off again? Oh, in the meantime, Artosis wants to make sure he can be there when the stasis goes off so he can support these siege tanks so they won't die as quickly. But so many Dragoons, though, are just going to kill every single siege tank as soon as the stasis wear off. And that's really nice for Tasteless. Very nice victory here. And man, Tasteless is pulling so far a part of his opponent. I don't think Artosis can come back from this anymore. And he's just going to go for the natural, actually. I think he should have gone for that other base, but he's just going to go for here because this is actually quite easy for Artosis to defend if he doesn't send siege tanks to his doom. And no, there we go. Artosis is GG and Tasteless takes this game. Well played.